Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So my last video I showed you guys how to do foiling using a laser printer, but I am aware that not everybody's going to want to do that option. So the second method I'm going to show you guys is how to foil using this glue. So I found mine on Amazon. I do have it linked in my Amazon store below. It's just Deco Foil Transfer Gel. I have tried like just a normal glue stick, like a Pritt stick, and it does work. Obviously nowhere near as well, but if you wanted to just try it out, definitely give it a go. And I haven't tried any other glues, I'm afraid, like PVC or Mod Podge or anything like that. Yeah, I think you'd have to experiment. So this glue, I'll show you two different methods. One is like just freestyle, like using brush, and the other is using stencils. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the next method is the gel glue foiling method, okay? It says you can use it like heat or no heat. I definitely find that you get better results if you're using heat. So let me show you. I have like just plastic bag, a plastic bag that I have cut down to size. Some Happy Mail I got. You can obviously use a piece of acetate, you can use vellum, you can use paper. Yeah, whatever you like. I'm just using this because it's nice and thin, and I try to use all the plastic that I can get. So again, there are two ways you can do this. You can use stencils. So I have these stencils. I have a few more of these like stars and heart ones from Tim Holtz that I bought on Amazon. Again, they are linked. I also have these which are also linked on my Amazon, and they are different ones as well. I do find that with the with these ones that have very tiny intricate designs, you do have to work quite carefully. That one I've tried as well, very, very beautiful. This one I've tried. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of like designs on here. There's some like, I think because they're designed for like card making as well. Little tree one. Anyway, you get the idea. So I will show you. I haven't worked with some of these where there's a lot of space. So let's pick a simple one to show you guys. I'll try this one because I haven't done that before. So I will show you the first way I do it is what you call it, with a stencil. Now the only thing with a stencil is you can cut your own. So if you have a silhouette machine or another machine like that, if you get kind of thin plastic or thick cardstock, you can cut your own design. Obviously the Tim Holtz ones are not designed for B6, so you will get a partial design on your stencil. I have one here. I'm going to try and show you if I can find it. I don't know where it's gone now. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is a Tim Holtz one. This is this Tim Holtz one, and you can see it left a gap here, so I just put a little quote on there. It's just not wide enough for a B6 size. It is wide enough for other sizes, I guess. But I have also done, like, I did this star one, which is from the same square size here, and I put the glue on it, I let that dry, and then I repeated the pattern here. So you can see that there's a little bit of doubling up there, but it is possible. You have to kind of play around with it. If you can find bigger stencils, great. I have tried looking and I couldn't find any. So yeah, this is probably not the best method if you are wanting a whole you know, like a whole page of foil. So I think I might do this little one here. So I'm going to just put it in the corner. Anyway, it doesn't matter because, well, yeah, I'll put it on this corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bit of washi for holding that down. So you want to washi the stencil down, but you also want to washi this acetate or plastic sheet to the page as well, because you don't want that moving around either. And once you've glued it, you want to be really careful, like lifting it off. So the washi also helps to keep the stencil as flat as possible so that you can get glue in the tiniest places as much as possible. Okay, so I think I'll put another piece there just to kind of hold that down. And then you can use a brush, like a paintbrush, or you can use like a gift card or a scraper. I actually cut down, I can't find it now, but I cut down like a Starbucks card in, like just clipped it a bit off and then that, but I found like a key fob size one, so you can also use that. You basically just want to get glue into it. I think I will go for a brush today. And what you want to do is you want a thin layer. You don't want like a super thin layer, but you don't want like massive amount of glue either, because this is going to have to dry, like, I think this was stored upside down. This does have to dry probably, I would say, overnight, but I will show you one that I've done already so that you can see what it looks like, and I will foil that for you guys. So yeah, just kind of go in with the glue. Try to keep the stencil as flat as possible. Sometimes you can just like add tons of it and then go with like a little piece of plastic and scrape off the excess. I have only recently started doing this as well, guys, so I'm definitely not an expert at all, but because obviously I've had lots and lots of people asking on Instagram as well as here on YouTube on how to do it, so I'm just sharing my method. But I think if you searched on YouTube on how to do stuff like this, if you just searched for transfer gel foiling, I'm sure you'd come up with lots of videos. So that's kind of it. I'm happy with how that looks. I feel like it's got enough glue on there. And you do want to wash your brush and stencil immediately, because otherwise it is really difficult for it to come off. So I'm going to do that in a second. Actually, let me do that now. So what you can do is have like a little bowl of warm soapy water, so you can just dip your this is not warm soapy water, this is cold, but I'm going to just put it in there for now. But you just have like warm soapy water so you can dip your brush and stencil in there as soon as you are done working with it. And you want to remove the washi tape as carefully as possible, because we don't want to smudge the glue all over the plastic sheet underneath. We want to keep the stencil still as possible, and you want to lift that off nice and clean straight up. Okay, you can see I have got some on the edges there, but I will just snip that off. I'm not bothered. Even if you try to wipe that off now, it's a little bit of a lost cause, to be honest. So I will just wipe that off. Yeah, so I'm going to go wash this stuff, and you're going to let this dry until it goes clear. You will see it will still be tacky, but it will be kind of clear. I will show you one in a second. Let me go wash this and I will be back. Okay, so while that is drying, I will show you the other method that is still the glue method, but it doesn't require any stencils. So I have done one for you guys earlier. Let's see if you can see that. So this is what the glue looks like once it's dried. It's kind of, you can see it's a little bit more translucent. It's not so white, but it's still a little bit tacky. So what I did was I literally just dipped a paintbrush in the glue and made like swipes. And I have done lots and lots of these. Let me show you one. Oh, sorry. This is how I actually started foiling, was just freehand like that. And I was doing like circles, you know, so just... And you can kind of see even there, you can see the brush marks on that one. You could do whatever you wanted, you know. Honestly, the options for doing this kind of foiling freehand with just like a tub of glue, paintbrush, and whatever medium, like whatever like piece of paper, acetate, vellum, whatever you have is honestly so limitless. I have also done so like something like this, and then while it was still wet, so while the glue is still wet, I sprinkled glitter on it, you know, just sprinkled this, glitter on it, let that dry completely, and then put it in between piece of paper and put it through the laminating machine. And let me show you what that turned out like, because that also came out. Here's another freehand one. So literally just huge brush strokes, because I really wanted a feel of this beautiful foil. But so that glue one is in the same place as this, I think. Sorry, I should be more organized. Here we go. So the one underneath this is just freehand. I literally got a paintbrush and I did huge big stripes of glue, let that dry, and then foiled it, which I'll show you now. Here I did kind of, you know, I don't know if you can see, but this is the one I was talking about with the glitter. So I did the circles and random paint splotches or whatever, or this might even be the Tim Holtz one, but you could easily just do this freehand, to be honest. And then I sprinkled glue on it, let that dry off, and then I ran it through the laminator just to kind of get it to stick to the page a lot more. And then you can just brush off any extra. So that's, you know, one way. So this is this method, just completely free-handed. You know, I've just done like little stripes. This is kind of dry now, so the rows that we just did, this is what it will look like in a few hours, and that's when it's ready to be worked with. So the heat method is again exactly the same. You just put a piece of laminating sheet over it and run it through, sorry, piece of foil over it and put it through the laminating machine. The non-heat method, I think you just press it down as hard as you can, and it will stick, but I don't find that it sticks as well. This is that rubbish, not good foil from Heidi Swap. I just didn't find that it works well at all, but I am going to give it another go with the glue this time instead of the ink. So let's see, because I've only tried this foil with the ink, so I am curious to see how it's going to do with the glue. So I will try and show you, like, basically I think that what they say is if you just do that, the foil should stick to it, and you kind of see that it does a little bit, but not hugely. So I'm going to run this through the laminator in exactly the same way. 1 second. Okay, so I have my laminator on and I have the foil on and piece of paper again. Like I said, this is the foil that I haven't had much luck with, so I'm testing this out with you guys as well to see if the glue has better results. If not, I shall be yeah, maybe returning it to Amazon. Yeah, and then the other flower one, the floral one that we did, I'm going to wait for that glue to dry and foil it with you guys either later on today or tomorrow, depending on how quickly it gets dark here. Okay, but I have done, like I've showed you guys other ones, I have used them successfully with just a bit of paintbrush and glue and the other foil, the Thermodeco foil. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this foil does seem to have a lot more luck with the glue than the ink. It doesn't seem to adhere to the ink as well as it does to the glue, and I am very, very happy with that. I like that. It's great. And you can see, again, you can see some of the brush strokes, and with the glue foiling versus the ink foiling, the ink foiling is going to be very smooth. The glue is going to have more texture to it, so it's going to like be bumpy and lumpy, and you know, like here you can feel ridges on it. This is going to be very, very smooth. So yeah, those are the two methods. Again, like I said, I will finish off the rose with you guys so you can see that whole process from start to finish. And yeah, I will be back once that is ready to be foiled. Hey guys, so this has been drying for a few hours now. You can see that it's still white, but it's more like translucent now. So that is ready to be foiled. I have already picked out like a small piece of blue foil for it. I was kind of debating one of these two, but I'm not mad about this one, to be honest. I'm not sure which color it is, but it's in the wrong tube, but it's kind of like a champagne-y pink, rose goldy pink, and it's a little bit dull for my liking, so I'm going to use this blue one instead. And I do always like to do it upside down like this, so that if you put it like this, it's no problem, but if you miss any parts out and then try to lift this foil up, it kind of does mess up the design a bit. So if I was to put it down here and then realized, oh, there's a bit sticking out, I just find it easier to do this way. I hope that made sense, because you can really kind of center it in one go without shifting it around. Okay, oops, she says, oopsie. So I'm lucky that's like just at the tip there. So I'm going to put this in a piece of paper, and again I am going to put it upside down with the foil on the bottom through the laminator here. Remember, you always want to put the crease side in first. Now this was just like a plastic bag that I got in some Happy Mail, so the plastic itself is very, very thin, but I have used it before. Let me see, here's one I did. This is that plastic sheet, so you know, it looks really nice once it's done, but just bear in mind it's very thin. This was just one that I had done like with paintbrushes in exactly the same way as I have showed you guys, and let's see if this worked out. So I know I'm gonna have to trim off a little bit of the edges where I showed you some of the glue had gone into. Let me zoom you in so you can see. Okay, and that is that design. So I am going to trim this bit off as I size it, but that's what the stencil looks like. So there you go, lots of fun. Personally, I prefer not using stencils because I can, you know, just create these kind of random whimsical designs. That's one on acetate that I showed you guys earlier, and there's that one. But yeah, stencils is definitely an option, and it's great if you don't feel confident trying out your own patterns, but I would say play around with it. Some of these, in fact, my kids did. I'm pretty sure this one of my daughters did. So just give them this glue paintbrush and ask them to draw some random, you know, stuff on here, and have fun foiling it. So yeah, that is the kind of glue foiling, transfer gel foiling. If you have any questions, do let me know. Again, all the materials that I've used are linked in my Amazon cart below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.